And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. A first down throw for Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week. To really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
All right, now here we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Gun.
First down, here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards that time for number 19.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he gets it down to the 32. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They run. This is Scarborough. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. It's Cousins on the sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Now this time he'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. This is Scarborough. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
319.
A give to Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eric Kendricks leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Nick Perry. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Cousins now on second down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its feet.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
This is Jones. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Scarborough. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. They run again on first down, Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to...
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On second down, it's Jones. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Throwing now is Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Muscles him off. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Nick Perry in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Around the NFL, they're into the second quarter in the Meadowlands. The Jets out to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They'll run it with Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And on the ground they go with the running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And out now come the Vikings. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
319.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Let's go.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. And they'll run it here. Spins away. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be a 2nd and long. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. This is fielded at the 7. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
I know there'd be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he finds Cook. And all the way down to the 37. A big play for the Vikings on third down. 48 yards.
Wide.
Cousins on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Mike Daniels in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Second down, Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mike Daniels in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Cousins now going deep for Diggs, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Now the Packers get set to go. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They start the drive with Cook, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Right there. All day, baby.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Cousins. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Cousins to throw it. And he gets this out to Foster on the right side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Gun. Hey, steamer.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first step.
And now here is another interception. Kevin King with a pick. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
And they'll go on the ground. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, it's Jones. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
319!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
158.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point try now for Crosby. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 47. To throw is Cousins. And Diggs has it. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just a race. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now. In these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up first and 10 at the 40. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Four down. 158. Right there. 54 Mike. Take me up. Here we go.
And they take a knee. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's in the fourth quarter down in Miami. The Dolphins on top. They moved out in front of the Bills in that one. A win would be their second on the young season. And they will take a knee here.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And they'll indeed take a knee. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field. That